And one of the things that I saw in 2004 when I went to Israel is that by policy and I think law, they have to, when they shoot someone, they have to shoot in a non-vital area if they can do so safely. And at the time, I thought that would never work in the US, so I kind of poo-pooed it. Then when I was IACP president, I'm going to Europe, I'm going to the Middle East, I'm going to Arab Emirates. Um, and what I find is that in most of the Western countries in Middle East, that that admonishment to shoot non-vital areas is uh, is taught, and in many places is the law for justification and application of deadly force for law enforcement. And then I'm seeing, as cameras, body cameras, become used more, and we've all seen them. We've seen these folks with clubs, guns, knives, swords, and they're standing there for a period of time. They have their weapon out, so there's not a issue of targeting. They've already got their sights on the individual, and then that person starts making an aggressive move. And when they start, they pass that line in the sand, whatever it is, and then they start receiving shots to center mass. Well, I was in policing in the 70s. That wasn't called center mass. That was called shoot to kill. And if you look at the old targets, they have K on them, K5, K3, meaning kill shots. And so in the late 70s, early 80s, we changed that from shoot to kill to shoot to stop the threat. But we didn't change the targeting, we just changed the vernacular. And so as I'm looking at these videos and as I'm seeing what's going on around the world, um, the difference between a knife in Jerusalem and a knife in LaGrange, Georgia, probably isn't much difference. Matter of fact, they're probably both made in China. So there is no difference. And I asked our firearms instructors, I think in 2018, 2019, to go ahead and start looking at this. Initially, I got some pushback, but to their credit, they looked at it. They did extensive reviews. We put together, I think, about 500 pages in research, and decided that we would create a course of fire called Shoot to Incapacitate. What we found in talking to orthopedics and pulmonologists is that you shoot someone center mass and it takes sometimes 45 seconds to 90 seconds for them to bleed out, or for sufficient shock to occur for them to stop. And we've all seen those videos where they keep coming and they're shooting them, shooting them, shooting them. And so they're catching, 7, 8, 9 rounds in the chest and still coming. What orthopedics tell us, if you shoot around the pelvic girdle, you're more likely to stop them and they're more likely to survive.